Supreme. I gotta comb my beard out. Supreme. You already know the vibes. I gotta comb my beard out. Like, it normally be way longer than this, but it's so fluffy up here right now. It's kind of short. My beard be hanging like down here. And I take the braids out normally. If I comb it down, though, it'll be like this. Be looking like I cut it or something. I came to bring another message from the divine real quick, right? So I'm good at seeing the aerial view of everything, right? Like the whole picture. That's why I don't be talking about like current events or things that people go through. That's why I don't be speaking about it. With my Papa Smurf hat on. That's why I don't be speaking about it, right? Current events and all that, because it's no need to. All that shit in the same bag. Like, that's how I be looking at it. Like, people don't understand, man. Like, your mind is like the wallet to your frequency. So when you put your mind involved in a lot of things, you're literally co-signing shit without even knowing. And a lot of people like to say, oh, I just mind my business. You ain't minding your business because you're talking about whatever's going on. Like, you involved. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you don't see that as an involvement. So it's better to try to immerse yourself in divinity. And there's so many ways to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a type of person that my imagination has become a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe in imagination. I think that's another word they use to make us not believe in certain aspects of watching your frequency travel. So I've learned to watch my frequency travel, and sometimes, and this is how I know imagination is not what they say it is, because I can think about something and have a familiarity to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm actually creating the thoughts, right? And it'll take over by itself. It'll start going places in my mind, right? That I'm creating a thought. I can't keep up with where it goes sometimes. It just keep going like it has a mind of its own. And it's almost like it's on a pathway going somewhere. And I'm like, where you going? Hold on, wait a minute. Slow down. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to add sometimes, and it just goes by itself. And I'm like, that's so dope that the imagination is capable of doing certain things like that. So, like, you gotta be a person that wants to study yourself. You gotta want to, like, this is why I'm fascinated by people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't look at it like you should be in the world giving all your energy to another person. I don't see that as a good thing. I see it as you wasting the potential that you have within yourself. And I was just telling somebody earlier, like, I got like octopus hands. Like, I be all over everything. Like, I create stuff. I do so many different things. My ideas is grandeur. You know what I'm saying? I got so many ideas, like so many processes, like, that I want to be involved in. You know what I'm saying? That I want to have my fingers in. I want to touch so many things that my imagination allows me to see. But back to that understanding, sometimes when I want to go to the divine, my mind will start the pathway and it'll take over by itself and it'll find a road through the universe. And I'm like, wow, like, as I'm traveling on this direction of what I believe to be imagination, it's literally showing me things I couldn't think of. You know what I mean? I'm seeing things that I didn't know was there. I'm like, that's in there? That's in there? Wow. Like, it's like mind blowing to me. And it has more of a real familiar, has more of a real existence than something that I'm creating. It's more like I'm in shock of seeing certain things. I've seen colors that don't exist. I've heard sounds that don't exist. Like, I remember one time I just got off this crazy meditation like, some years ago, and I laid down in bed, and I was with somebody, and I'm like, yo, you don't hear that sound? And they didn't hear what I was hearing. I'm deaf in my left ear, but I was hearing this music playing in my right ear, and it was so wonderful. I couldn't symphonize that. It was like an orchestra. It was sounds that I never heard, but they was all playing in unison like a show. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what is that? And I literally started crying because it was the most beautiful sound I ever heard in my life. I'm like, yo, that's crazy right there. That's so dope. So the whole connection to the Almighty, it's like going in there, and it's so many steps before even getting there. You know, like you just gotta have. People don't believe in themselves, and when people say believe in you, they not talking about believe in you. They talking about believe in what you can do for them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why it's like, but I like to bring the best out of people. You know what I'm saying? I like to see them smile and see them feel good and watch them glow. And it's ways of doing all these things. That's why I did a podcast a long time ago called God of Awakening Gods. You know what I'm saying? And after I started that, it was probably like, I don't know, 8 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. And after I started doing that, I knew Divine had gave me a gift to help people awaken themselves inside of them. So some people came and got the knowledge, and some people didn't because they're afraid. And you could tell they're afraid because of their false beliefs and what they're more apt to want to be in tune to what's going on in the world. And you're like doing yourself the biggest disservice. Do you know how special you are? Do you know how wonderful you are as a person? It's not about articulating or being on somebody's level. It's like literally freeing yourself. You got a cage inside of you. It's called your rib cage. Did you know that? It's literally a real cage because it locks in your heart and other soft organs that can't, you know what I'm saying, be hit like that. So it's a frequency in there. Remember I was talking about electromagnetism earlier. If you got a frequency of electromagnetism running through your body that's pumping blood, you know what I'm saying, and that the blood is creating this frequency, this force, that means you're not tapping into an energy that you have that has information. So all that energy around your heart is trapped in a cage. You gotta find a way to let that out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so much. Like, yo, it's so much knowledge in this noodle that Divine gives me access to, you know what I'm saying? And I use it because Divine says use it. Learn, you know what I'm saying? Learn. And it's crazy because you are a creation of the Divine, not just the woods and, you know, going in nature. You are natural. You're naturally made. That's why it used to be dumb to me. I used to have people say, get organic food. How else is fruits and vegetables made? You don't have to call a vegetable organic. Like, people take things out of context. You know what I'm saying? They destroy it. They would say it's organically made. Okay, even if you sprayed chemicals on it, it's still grown out of the organic dirt. Like it's still a part of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's an organic thing. You know what I'm saying? Organism. Organic. Organic is I can't remember the term, but it's a word to the process. So organic would be what organisms, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like some things, like I don't even know why people try sometimes to add different words. And I'm like, yo, this is dumb. Like, how we sitting here discussing, like it's different if you said, oh, mechanical fruit and your fruit was metal. And then you like, yeah, I've been eating this metal fruit. I want some organic fruit. That would make more sense, right? Because it's not organic, it's metal. You know what I'm saying? It's a different composition. So that's what separates the value in certain words, but people's intelligence don't allow them to see these certain things. Y'all just go with whatever somebody tell you, and I'm like, I'm not like that. I don't just be saying, okay, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Okay, no, I don't. Papa Smurf don't do that. Papa Smurf don't do that, right? So, with Divine, these worlds that exist, with you connecting to the Almighty. You know what I mean? It frees your mind from the captivity of society. And this is where people get stuck at because they so immersed in wanting to be, you know, on a shallow level of reality. Like people enjoy quick fixes and convenience and the fast feeling. Oh, that was funny. Oh, this was this and this was that. And I was scared. And you know where that came from, right? It came from when you was a child and you almost got caught doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that speaks to being delinquent. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people got that rush, almost getting caught. So then that became the thing you do as you get older. And see, this is why even when we was younger, and it was like weed is the gateway to drugs and all that. They stupid. The gateway to drugs is not getting caught by doing or getting reprimanded for things that you almost got away with, or you got away with and felt like you was about to get caught. That's the gateway to drugs, because it's like a quick hit. And he's like, "Ooh, my heart pounding," and your endorphins turn on and all that, and that's where your body first get used to. You know what I'm saying? Feeling the endorphins flow into your body. You know what I'm saying? And then now you want to follow things that are putting that same trajectory. So then when you start doing strong drugs and you drinking and all that, it's just the same thing. You start feeling like, and then something happens and it's like, oh my God, I was doing this while I was doing that. So things that are sacred, or things that are precious, or things you should cherish, start falling into the understanding of, you might get in trouble, or it might be ruined, or it might not happen, and all this other stuff as you get older. So then it becomes like drugs. People don't see that you can be addicted to life. You know what I'm saying? Addicted to your failures, addicted to doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? People don't see that, and they make it look cool because they don't see no other way out. They don't see no other way to handle that. So the ratio in the mind have you believing that these things be some form of a value, and that's not true. It's not true at all. You know what I'm saying? So contact me if you want a consultation. You know what I'm saying? Naga got the juice for you. You already know the vibes. Naga the wise. Email me. Information is always in the description. If you like my videos, my knowledge is helping you in any way, please support the channel. Information is always in the description. So with dealing with, and even the understanding of quantum physics, people like to talk. And when they talk your head off, they talk so much to where they cloud out an actual truth. Divine is simple, but divine is also the unseen. It's something that you can't, it's something that you won't be able to fathom its depths. So that's quantum, right? So many different words they use: omni, quantum, whatever, God, whatever. All that stuff is irrelevant at the end of the day, because these are man-made terms. The reality is the possibilities of what frequencies actually, where they come from and where they go. And their travel is what creates these understandings before they get to you. So they got to go through so much of an existence that's in between you and where the source is. So all those worlds of creations that you can't fathom, that you don't know, it is attached to all the frequencies that are coming to your body. So that information that it's picking up on as it travels to get to you is inlaid in that electrical frequency that comes to your body naturally. That's unseen by the human eye. So because that's taking place, it's a lot of things in there that you don't know, and you're able to absorb these things. This is how you know people not, this how you know we fell far from being aware in full totality. So with the divine, you can start with you, and you can start growing, right? This is what it looks like to start growing as a seed, and you'll grow in that direction. And individually, each person gets their own particular type of, oh, that's what's up. Excuse me. With that type of thing, you get to grow into your own frequency depending on the elemental factors that's created to your solar energy or your soul energy. You know what I mean? Because that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? So you get a lot of people that get lost into the values of what Earth procures values to be, but the Earth is a lie. We only use terms to subsequent to understand it. It's like saying gaga goo goo is a conversation. No, that's just what the baby is able to do until it can speak into what you teach it to say. And that's a fact. Until you can do that, then that reality is something different. You know what I'm saying? So we start saying, oh, now you can. No, we don't even speak divine language. So we're like gaga goo goo. You know what I'm saying? Like on that type of level. So, looking at the world in a nutshell, all these attempts to make different cultures feel a certain type of way, supremacy, control, government, hate, all these different things that people deal with in some form of a fraction, whether it's good or bad or whatever scale. All these are not conversations of the divine. Divine is pure unconditional love. Pure. Period. So to tap into that frequency, moreover than what the world teaches you or what you see or what sparks an endorphin inside your body and gets you feeling some type of way, the goosebumps and all that, it's better to reside in the strongest energy in existence, and that's in the creator's energy. You see what I'm saying? Pinocchio was created by Geppetto, and Geppetto kept telling him, "You're not a real boy. You're not real. And I understand you want to be that, but that's not what you are. I made you." And Pinocchio couldn't hear none of that. Pinocchio ain't heard nothing Geppetto said. He was like, "But the kids can do all this and da da da." He's like, but that's not who you are. So when he had the opportunity, he got hit with the value of understanding. And it was like, well, if you want to make it there, you can't lie because your nose going to stretch, right? So then he started becoming more worldly, right? More what he thought was real. And his nose would grow. He would be a liar. His nose was growing. And then he finally got a taste of being a real boy. But now that he's a real boy, he defeated the purpose of being a creation. Created by the Almighty. You see the double entendre in there? Because he had a ceiling. He created his own ceiling. And that was being human. So instead of being the creation in value to how Geppetto created him, he wanted to be something that Geppetto didn't create. He wanted to be a real boy. And you got to think about that. You know what I'm saying? Because think about imperfect creations and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, you aspire to be other things. So how would something fake want to aspire to be other than what it was? You see the catch-22 in that? So it gets deep because I see everybody like Pinocchios. People just run around lying all day long, making up shit, you know what I'm saying, to try to make themselves look better. That should be crazy to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't be on that type of time. I'd rather just tell you the truth, you know what I'm saying? You deal with that how you got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? It's so cool to be in your own energy. It feels better to be real with yourself and be honest about how you feel about things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the dopest thing in the world, to be honest with yourself. People who got to deal with offskirts of their character, that means they're not comfortable in themselves. People who are extra violent ain't comfortable. You could easily hurt their feelings because they violent. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just tell you, what I'm about this, I'm that. No, you're not. You're just mad because you're not comfortable in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, I used to make people laugh. Yo, they used to think I was joking, and I was dead ass serious. I'd be like, I don't like you. And people would laugh at me and be like, yo, look how you talking. I'd be dead serious, but it'd be funny coming out. And I understand. You know what I'm saying? I understand. That's because most people don't know what it looks like to be authentic. You know what I'm saying? At my core, I'm funny. You know what I'm saying? At my core, I'm funny. I laugh at a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I'm always, sometimes I catch myself and I be sleeping. And I wake up laughing at something in my dream, and I'll be cracking up when I wake up, like I'm coming out of the dream, and I'll be laughing. I'll be like, "Am I your cheeks?" And I'll be like, "Oh, that was funny." You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm weird like that, but that's not weird. That's not even weird. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? But I know that's what people are lacking, to be able to access their real self. And a lot of y'all only angry because of something that you ain't never faced inside yourself, that you went through when you was younger or whatever. So that be the real stuff. So I'm not with that. I'm not with manipulating nobody, taking advantage. Look, my energy always glitching the screen. I'm not with manipulating nobody. I'm not with taking advantage of people. I don't think that outsmarting somebody is a cool thing. I think you're stupid for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're weak because that's the only thing you think about when you can get a better benefit by helping that energy grow. So if you'll do that to somebody, that means you've already signed up for that energy to come back to you. And you spent your energy on that. You spent your energy on being a liar, cheater, manipulator, stealer, whatever comes with that. And when you do those things and it happens to you, only thing you got is, why is this happening to me? But it was cool when you did it. It's a problem when they do it. Ain't that how the song goes? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be mad when you put yourself in situations like that. And then the divine sitting back looking like, dang, none of my creations know who they are. This is what it meant. And when they put it in, when they stole that and put it in a book, and they was like, Divine was like, I'm saddened by the by how many of my creations are gonna die from lack of knowledge. Like, you don't even want to know yourself. How you don't want to know yourself? How is that a thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get? And believe me, I know how to get lost in the flesh. That's addiction. So you got to have a stronger sense about yourself to fight against certain things. And if you're not going to do that, then you've already signed up for everything that comes with it. So you can't be the person later like, I don't know why this is happening. You signed up for it. That's what you wanted. Remember, it was how you felt when you was planning it, plotting or whatever. Like, you signed up for both sides of that energy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to the video where I was talking about you spend your energy on other energies. You spend your universal currency on things that you don't know that you've already planned to get that mail sent to you later. Because you getting one side of it now, but the other side gotta come because you paid for it. That be the real stuff right there. Ain't nobody talking like this, yo. Ain't nobody gonna talk like this. You could try to copy everything I do. You could try to be, and it's crazy because I caught this dude on TikTok, right? And I done seen him a couple times, you know what I'm saying? I done seen him a couple times. And he be trying to stand in my energy. He was saying something verbatim that I was saying, you know what I mean? And I'm like, and what Divine gonna do? It happens every single time, yo. Most people think they ready for that walk. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not ready for that walk, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt, yo. It's going to hurt. And you got to be ready for that walk. But when you start going through it, you're going to go through it until Divine thinks you're ready for the change. And Divine don't say, oh, you did good this week, we're going to let it change. No, you're going to get it down as second nature. That's how it's good. That's how you graduate. It has to be within your emotions. It can't be your conversation. You can't be out here talking it and thinking that's how it works. It has to be. It has to be second nature. It has to be something that you are, not something that you say. So people can try to talk 1,000,001 words like they think they know the knowledge, but the universe ain't gonna accept that. Divine ain't gonna never be like, yeah, you said it real good, so now I see the time that you can be inducted into the divinity. It don't even work like that. It ain't gonna work like that. It's never gonna work like that. You know what I'm saying? So you're shooting yourself in the foot by thinking that you could just take stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's why I used to complain about it, and I see people complaining about it now. This person's stealing my knowledge or whatever, and whatever. I seen somebody do a video of that, and they had the person name on the screen who's taking their knowledge, and I get it. And sometimes I still feel some type of way about somebody trying to take my intellectual property, but I think about it like this. I'm like, that's a trap too. Because as soon as you start walking that path and you think, you don't know if I stepped on glass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have fell on a nail and hurt something real bad. You don't know what I had to go through, but then you want to wear my shoes. All right, cool. Go ahead, put them on. See how it works out for you. And I remember being younger, talking about fighting a lot, and then the fight come out of nowhere. You be like, yo, I ain't even getting this fight. I don't even know them. And you end up thumping with people. You out there thumping. Yeah, hard down thumping in a whole nother state. You ain't got no family around you. You can hit somebody's head with a brick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to make it home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get back. You don't even know where that come from, but y'all was just having a conversation about fighting and all that. You brought the frequency to you. Spent your attention on that energy. That's what I'm saying, yo. It's simple to comprehend, but people they don't pay attention to what they do. You too busy trying to hold up an ego, hold up a facade, how you think you look, how you think you are. You want to, what they just say, show off. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, yo, that ain't how this shit go. It don't go like that. So keep spending your energy on shit that's not you. You gonna find yourself older with all these problems in your mind. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, I think Alzheimer's is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Because people, they front so much in their life, and they're so much of the world. The best thing because they say you're twice a baby, once an adult. You come in as a baby, you become an adult, and then you leave in baby form. So it's important that you find a way to get rid of a lot of things that you might have procured as thoughts and stuff like that, and you've lost yourself. So Divine sees fit to help you lose your mind. because you've added so much to it. People go through life doing stuff to people and having crimes and all that, and then you want to feel sorry when you old and then you are incapable of being certain ways. That's because you didn't take care of your intellectual property. You didn't take care of the function of the mind that carries these things. Everything has principle. Everything has principle. But if you're not going to take care of it, what you think going to happen? So yeah, it gets real deep with me, yo. Like, and it's easy now. It's not even like I gotta try to do this. Like, I can deliberate with anybody and give clarity to the value. But that's all praise due to the Most High, and that's because I chose to take care of what Divine gave me, and it was an imperfect body with a perfect soul. That's yin and yang. You know what I'm saying? It's up and down. It's you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand what that is within you, and then once you get it, you can't never unsee it, but you gotta be ready for it, because it's responsibilities that come with that. You dig what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Just trying to show you something. NAGA the WISE.